In this video we show you the best plugins for $20. These are plugins that I use in my own production and I wholeheartedly recommend. Stick until the end of the video, I will show you one crazy plugin as a bonus. Let's start with number 1, Wide Shaper 2 and Halftime. I put those two together since they are from the same company, Cable Guys. They create high quality plugins for low prices. Halftime is pretty well known, it's pretty much a halftime effect from Grow Speed with a lot more customization. That's the sample I'm going to use as a reference. One of the biggest advantages of halftime is that we can select the length of the sample. Let me play the sample at normal length, so a half loop. You see how choppy it is. Now, if I select 4 bars, it's going to be a lot smoother. Another very interesting feature is the band here. It essentially allows you to bypass the effect only in a specific range of frequencies. Let me show you. Wide Shaper 2 is extremely interesting because it's the cheapest plugin of its category. It's one of the only multi-band stereo shapers on the market. It allows you to select frequencies and add the stereo widening effect to it. Stereo shaping is really important and is one of the most effective effects, yet it's very underused. Let me show you a clip of something with and without stereo imaging. So the second plugin on this list, in my opinion, is the best, and it's Expand 2. This is by far my favorite, it's the cheapest, and it goes for not even $10 most of the time. It's essentially a cheaper and more versatile Nexus. It comes with pads, basses, pianos, guitars, and much more. Let me show you some of my favorite sounds. This is definitely a must-have that I use in almost every one of my productions. Now we can speak about the third one, maybe a bit controversial, so give me the time to explain properly. I'm talking about Distortion. I bought this plugin as a joke and I ended up using it very seriously. It's one of the only high-quality distortion plugins for $20 and it offers a lot of customization and 6 different distortion algorithms. Let me give you some examples. My favorite feature on this plugin, besides the amazing looks, is this little red button. It essentially doubles the distortion you already have. So if we play the sample in the blue distortion and we press the red button, we give this as a result. Let's try with the purple button. So I think this is a pretty unique feature that not many plugins have. Now we can talk about number 4, which is Sketch Cassette 2. This is the one that I use the least in this list because I use RC20. That being said, this plugin provides very similar experience for 1/5 of the price. It goes for $20. Here's a little demonstration of what it can do. Now we can talk about number 5, which is H Delay by Waves. This one is usually $29, but the price can drop to $20 during sales season. It's pretty much a delay with a couple of interesting features. For example, with the top button, you can determine the BPM of the delay. You have an analog option. Let me just show you. This is the sound without it. And now I'm going to add it. Use this lo-fi button, analog, play with dry and wet. As you can see, it's very particular and I think that it's a pretty unique delay. And I really invite you to check out their video series. It will show you crazy tricks about this delay. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to leave a subscribe. I would love to see you again on the channel. Now we can talk about the next one, and it's a contact library. It's called Cassette Mallet. 0.01 by the Phone Loop. There's multiple softwares for the same price. Let me show you a demo. I think it's very cheap and it works very well. The next plugin on the list is going to be Ultrasonic Death Whistle by Mantra Instrument. This one is very interesting because it essentially plays instruments that go in the background of your instrumental, drones, this type of stuff. I can show you an example. when you have your beats and you add those type of sounds in the background, it's going to improve the quality drastically. It's something nobody does, but it really works well. I personally use Omnisphere for this type of sound, but I think that Ultrasonic Death Whistle is very valid and works very well. Another very interesting effect that you can get for less than $20 is Bitcrush Snapin. I don't have this one on this computer, so I will give you an example from Plugin Boutique. As you can see, it has rate, ADC, DAC, beats. It's very, very simple. But essentially, to give you an example, this will be the sound without the effect. And this will be the sound with the effect. I think it's great because it will turn your normal stuff into like 8-beat / game sounds very easily. And I think it's worth the money. The next entry on this list is extremely interesting. Analog synthesizers are coming back, and one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic, is the Juno 106 from Roland. As you might imagine, being one of the most important synths of the 20th century also gives it a certain value. That being said, companies created synthesized versions of this iconic synth. One of those is DCO 106. Only goes for $24, which is a very good price for what you're getting. Let me show you some of the sounds. This plugin is extremely interesting because I think that not enough people use synthesized older synth. And this one is definitely affordable. The last entry of this video is Orb Synth. This one goes for only $5.85. As you can see, you have two oscillators that you can customize. You have modulators and effects such as delay, reverb, and drive. To put it in perspective, this is a very valid alternative to Serum. I still think that Serum is better, but this one goes for $6 instead of the $150 from Serum. We can now talk about the bonus. This one goes for $37 and it's called Waves Autotune. I know it's an autotune plugin, but I think that every producer one day would have to mix vocals. Pretty much as good as Antares Autotune, but for a fraction of the price. Can you make music with cheaper plugins? Yes, you can. Yet the biggest difference between cheap plugins and more expensive ones is how versatile they are. For example, a plugin like Omnisphere could do the same things that Expand 2, Ultrasonic Death Whistle, Orb Synth, and many other plugins can do. That being said, using different smaller plugins will save you money usually, and will also teach you how to use that single effect more efficiently. Luckily enough, nowadays the cheaper plugins are way better than they used to be. I still remember when I started making music, it was really hard to come by good quality plugins for less than $200. If this video helped you, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.